Can you share your camera? Oh no, you still have problem with the camera?
Yes.
It's okay. No problem at all. It's okay. Well, just when I'm talking, if you feel like that you can't understand or you can't hear me, just, remind me to say again, okay?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you so much. Well, at the beginning of the session, it's not bad to talk about pronunciation rules. Actually,
Yes.
today I decided to give you some rules because, I can see that most of the students make a mistake when saying the words. For example, especially, let me start sharing to see. Okay, so especially about letter C and letter G. So
Yeah.
you know that we have soft C and soft G. At the same time, we have hard CG. So how to say? So sometimes we pronounce C as S, sometimes K, like cat.
Yeah.
Sometimes we pronounce G as J, and sometimes G. But there are some rules. First of all, let me ask you if you have any idea about the rules that when we pronounce C as soft and when we pronounce it as hard C, do you know?
C and G. I think that C and G.
So there are some rules, but that is really important that no rule applies for every word. We
Yeah.
consider it as most of the words. So when we say this rule, I don't mean that every word. There are lots of exceptions for every rule. Now, look at these letters, these sounds that are E, I, and Y. If C and G followed by E, I, Y, they pronounce as soft, like, for example, S and J. So, soft, soft, G. Example, look,
Yes.
city. Or for example, we have another one that is center. Yeah? So this
Yeah.
is about letter C. We have the same thing about letter G. So for example, we have like gem, like gene, like giant. So giant or gem or gem. So there, and we say this is their soft G, but we have another form that is hard G, and
Yeah.
we have A, O, U, and R. So look, A, O, U, and R. Look, green, garden. So this is hard G.
Hard G.
Yeah,
Yes.
of course. Hard G does sound G. So we have garden, we have goat, we have guide. Okay, so the difference, so this is about hard G. And again, we have A, O, U, and R for C.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like cat, like culture, yeah, like crowd. Okay, so soft G and hard G. But as I told you, it's like, there's some exceptions. So for example, we say the word girl, G-I, and say, okay, teacher, so how about this? As I told you, for every rule, there are lots of exceptions. Okay, can you make other examples using soft G and hard G?
G. I think that soft G is gigantic. and Hachi is games.
Yeah, very good. Perfect. Very good. So this is the first rule. And we have another rule that again is about pronunciation. And what is that? So look at this. The words, let me write. The words end in ate. Sometimes we pronounce them like ate, sometimes at. But when we say ate, when we say at, so let's see. If we have a verb ends in ate, it's pronounced like letter eight. What is that? For example, I can say, do you know any word, any like verb that ends in ate?
ATE,
Yeah. For example, read this word.
fascinate,
No, verb.
verb,
Fascinate. Yes, of course. Verb, fascinate. So communicate, fascinate. What is this? Participate, aid. Or for example, another word, appreciate. So,
appreciate,
verb, yeah, of course. So when verbs end in ate, they sound like eight. And if we have noun or adjective, they sound like, and they followed by ate, they sound like at. For example, we have certificate,
certificate,
certificate, delicate. Do you know any other words?
delicate, uh,
Delicate. Yeah,
uh, oh, passionate,
yeah, very good.
passion,
Passionate,
yeah,
perfect. Passionate is very good. Or for example, fortunate. So this is the rule that you should know. When you know these rules, it will be easy to pronounce the words correctly. Okay, do you have any questions related to these rules?
no, no, teacher, very clear.
Very good, perfect. So when we say chocolate, we don't say chocolate. Chocolate because chocolate is noun and it ends in AT, so we say chocolate, not chocolate, okay?
Yes,
Very good. Well, and now let's get started talking. So let me ask you a few questions. And okay, just one moment. My first question for you. Okay, well, actually, we talked about different parts of our speaking, okay? And now
yeah,
we're going to discuss, yeah, of course, more. So, as you ask me, we have nothing to do with part two because it's something that you can practice, you can write. So, we have part one and part three. Okay,
yeah,
well, and you know, there are some common questions. Okay, so that is work and study, daily routine, hobbies, hometown. So different questions. We started most of them. Now, I don't know, I want to ask you, do you think it's important for cities to have green spaces and parks?
I could you just repeat again the question?
Please, do you think it's important for cities to have parks?
Parks,
Yeah, park,
mm,
green space, parks. Let me write on the board.
yeah, yes. Maybe I don't know this word.
green space. Yeah,
To have parks.
yeah.
Uh, well, mm, definitely I would say that yes, I do because um, parks is have like parks have a lot of benefit for residents living in cities because residents in cities need to lead hustle and bustle lifestyle every day. So um, when when there is a park in the city, I think this will be a truly possible place for everyone to let their head down after a long hardworking day at work or at study.
Very good. Just, yeah, the first part was really good and it's definitely essential. But you said parks have lots of benefits. It's correct. It's definitely correct. But why not? You can say parks and green spaces actually provide, okay, cities with, okay,
Yes.
benefits. So a lot of benefits. So as you can see, provide it means they give. So it's
Yes.
like that's better. So because but your answer was correct. So here we have a better one that we can use it. Okay, and now tell me about the place where you live. So do you have green spaces, a lot of green spaces around you?
Well, my my current my current place. No, no, no. Currently, I live in a well, currently I live in a town that mm, that can be considered a green green place. No, no, no. What it can
Just currently, you know that we use currently for present continuous. So currently I'm living. So that's really important. Pay attention.
yes. Could I
Yeah,
make the answer again, teacher?
of course, yes.
Hmm. Currently, I have been living in a town that can be considered a green cities in my country as there isn't any like urbanization or industrialization in my city and like so far, and there's a lot of like there are a lot of green spaces or parks for children to play every afternoon during the weekdays or at the weekends. So
That's
I would say that my city uh, is a possible like is definitely a place that mm, I don't know which word can describe it, teacher.
so what do you want to describe? Because I have no idea about what is in your mind, so I can't help. So tell me what you want to say, then I can help you.
I want to say that my city can be considered as a green space, but I don't want to repeat the words.
Well, first of all, so you can say your city is not a green space. You know why? Because green spaces are part of cities. When you say, for example, you can say, my city is very green. This one is good. Or so you can say, my city is very green with lots of parks and open, for example, spaces. So this one. Or for example, my city is full of greenery, but you can't say my city is considered as green space. Green space is an area.
Yeah.
So there are different. So for example, you can say my city is known for its greenery or lush greenery and natural beauty. So this way you can say, okay, if you want to make it simple, let me write it here. So you can say, for example, my city is greenery. So you don't want to say green space, you can say greenery. For example, I don't know, surrounded by trees and nature. Sorry. This is basic, simple. Now I want to make it a little more advanced. My city is known for its lush greenery a lot and natural beauty. So it's your choice how to use them. This way you can answer.
Much is
Yeah.
uh,
Or if you want to make it really advanced, like impressive phrase, so
yeah.
you can change it. For example, this way. My city prioritizes green urban planning, ensuring that people and residents are always close to the nature. This is really advanced. So let me write this one. It's your choice. So the
Yeah.
first one, bed, 6. The second one, 7. Now we're talking about 8.5. So
Yes.
let's see. My city this one. Okay,
Yeah. Yes.
okay, very good. And now, let me ask another question. Do you have do you have goals in life, in your life?
Uh,
Do you have goals in your life?
yeah, yeah. Well, I would consider myself as a determined and ambitious person, as I always want to compete with my classmates or my peers with a lot of things or in any competition or in some projects that we do in our class. And yes, for since ever I can remember, I always have like dreaming of becoming a successful businessman in the future. So yes,
Very good. And you put all your effort to achieve your goals, right?
yes.
Very good, of course. Now tell me, why is it important to have goals in life? Why is it important?
Well, I think that's um like gaining an like no, no, it's like achievement or goal or gaining a goal can be truly motivation for an for an individual to like mm, to work hard or do their best in their life to achieve something, and also that it can um,
So you mean without, so it's like actually this is your answer, just I make it a little bit different. So
yeah.
goals, you mean it's easy to feel lost or unmotivated. So because goals are motivation. So actually, as you said, goals give us direction and motivation, right? And we can focus, when we have goals, we can focus our energy on achieving something meaningful. So whether this meaningful things can be, I don't know, growth, can be career success, improving relationships. So of course everyone has different goals. So but you focus your energy on something that you really want to achieve. So actually you find a reason for your life. So
Yeah.
because of this it's really important. Very good. Okay, well, and now let me ask you about reading books. Do you think people now, in present time, do you think they read as much as they read before?
Well, nowadays, with the appearance of technologies, I would say that the previous generation and the current generation is like are keen on um, using highly advanced gadgets more than like rather than reading books nowadays because of like no because uh no. Could I make the answer again, teacher?
Sure, of course, just think and make it again, don't worry about it.
I mean like with the nowadays with the appearance of technology, people from the previous generation and current generations are keen on using advanced gadgets more rather than reading a book or doing some practical activities nowadays because of a lot of reasons, and one of the primary cause of this uh, oh, could you just repeat the question, teacher?
Of course, of course. I ask you if you think people nowadays read as much as they read before in the past.
Oh,
Reading book. I'm asking about reading books.
yes, I just out of topic. Oh,
Yeah,
um,
of course.
nowadays with the appearance of technology, technology, people from
Technology. That is cup. Technology. Cup. Technology.
tech technology technology. People from the previous generation and current generation are keen on using highly advanced gadgets rather than reading books as a lot of reasons. And no. No, teacher, I don't know how to.
So maybe you think, let me help you. So yes, I do agree with you that, with the birth of technology in our modern era, actually everything changed in humans' lives.
Yeah,
Maybe the method and the ways that people study and read is different from past. But still, there are still people who are into reading. So they spend a lot of time reading books, whether online or ebooks or printed. So we can say that, so that is my perspective. So from my perspective, so people still read as much as before, but the way that they access to the books and they read is totally different from past. Of course, there's some people, lots of people around the world that still follow traditional methods like, finding and reading printed books. It's like me, but most of people would prefer to access information like, ebooks on the internet and easily whenever, wherever they need, they can read books, right?
yes.
Okay, now do you wanna think about it and make your answer again if you need. So, with the birth of technology,
With the birth of technology,
whereas I just write here because I know that it's really difficult for you to understand what I'm saying. So, with birth
uh,
of technology or the birth of technology, it's your choice how to use it. When the birth of technology, actually it was, the birth of technology was a revolution in our lives, in human lives. Revolution means big change, you know this, so you can use. The revolution is very big change in a positive way. So,
the birth of- well, nowadays with the birth of technologies, a lot of people. No, no, no. Like nowadays with the birth of technology, the world is the the world is having a big revolution of the amount, like of the quantity of people using uh, highly advanced gadgets instead of reading books in their spare time. And yes,
well, so the birth of technology was a revolution in humans' lives. The number of people who access the internet all around the world and who access the information so online so it was increasing day by day. So the method and the way that people tend to study and read is totally different from past. There's still, of course, however, there's still people who tend to read printed books as before. But most of people are, who are into reading books tend to read online sources. Okay,
yes,
is it
yes,
clear? Okay,
yes.
very good. Okay, very good. Well, and now, let me ask another question. Do you have any questions related to this part?
I think no.
Okay, very good. Well, let me just know you think if you have any problem, you can ask. So if I can say, I will write, so don't worry about it. Well,
Yes.
my next question for you. So, uh, okay, we already talked about art. And you know that people, most of people, so they spend a lot on buying and especially painting. So, what do you think about spending a lot of money on art? So, you know that people buy and people sell painting with really huge, unbelievable prices. And there are some people all the time, there are people who spend their money on art. Do you find it good, acceptable, or no? You think we have more things to spend on than art?
Oh, wow. I would say that in reference to artistic things, uh, the in reference to artistic things, the development in this field, I would say that is uh, it was very vital for
Well, first
could
of
I make
all,
could I make
first
my
of
point?
all, in reference to, so because I'm not sure the word that you use were statistics. Yes?
Artistic.
Reference statistics, the number you mean?
No, no, I
Numbers and
like artistic.
artistics. So why you use this in reference to artistics?
It's like in reference to artistic things. It's like I would like to mean art.
Okay, say, and then I will correct it.
Yes. Mm. But could you just repeat the questions because I don't
Yes.
know the topic.
How to say? So maybe you need to, especially in part three, you need for a paraphrase. So you can ask, but how? Sorry, I ran out of idea. I ran out of idea. So could you please paraphrase your question? This way is the way that you ask the examiner to repeat the question. Okay? So I
Yeah.
ran out, yeah, of course I just ran out of the idea. And could you please paraphrase the question? So this way, okay, as I told you, all around the world, there are some people, of course, I mean wealthy people, who spend a lot of money on art, buying and selling piece of art, like pieces of art, like paintings. Do you agree with this? And do you think we need to spend a lot on art? Or no, you think there are lots of problems in the world that we need to focus on, and we don't need to spend our money, too much money on art, like poor people in
I,
Africa?
uh, well, the first thing popped into my mind when I first heard these questions, is the the uh the problem of government's purchase expenditure spent on as mm, problem because I would say that there are still some issues when government decide to spend too much on paintings or something that related to art and no for example it's like for example mm, with the amount of money that spent on art, they could use them to help the homeless or the children in the help shelter instead, and also they can use the expenditure to provide to supply enough food for all the residents.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, first of all, let's talk about your first phrase. in reference to artistics. So, grammatically it's correct, but as I told you, I don't know, sometimes you feel like that this one is not the good one here. You know what I mean? If you
Yeah.
want to use it, you have alternative phrases. For example, referring to artistic aspect. So we're talking about artistic aspects. Or for example, in terms of artistic elements, thing is not really good here. You know, regarding artistic matters. You know, let me write here. Or so referring to artistic aspects. So this is the first one. If you want to refer, I don't know, in of artistic elements. So I think is not really good here. So you can talk about it. So as you just mentioned, yes, art is really important and plays essential and crucial role in people's lives. So which means we should respect. Now you can say that with respect to artistic expression, there are a lot of issues, plenty of issues around the world that people are facing, such as poverty, or for example, lack of food and resources to live, or for example, some social problems, war, disease. So there are different, actually, so
Yeah.
variety of issues that is better to be focused on than art. Of course, we can spend a lot with government should invest in art. Yeah, of course, to support creative people, but at the same time, they need to invest in, I don't know, some issues around the world to solve, to tackle these issues, to make the world a better place to live.
Teacher, you just
Yes,
said that to save time.
to save time. I know I didn't say to save time. So where? To
Like
invest.
I don't know which phrase you just said that.
No,
To
could you please repeat my sentence or the beginning of it? So because I didn't use to save time.
mm,
To invest, I said.
invest.
Invested, of course. I
Ah,
said invested. Yeah. So
yeah,
put your money in, of course. To
yeah,
invest in art and of course to spend money on dealing with and solving issues around the world. These issues can be some economical or social or disease or poverty or everything. So you can mention this one. But about the first one, just pay attention that we don't say it refers to artistic. So it's not, I don't know, it's like, it's better to use different. Okay, well,
why,
yeah,
but why, teacher?
let me say, as I told you, is correct. Grammatically is correct.
Yes.
But I mean this, we have better. You know what I
Ah,
mean?
yeah,
Yeah, so it's better to refine it, to make it better. For example, when you say artistic things, sorry, it's so basic. Thing,
yeah,
what thing here? You are talking, this is I speaking. So element is an adverb equal
yeah.
for similar or
Ah,
similar thing. Get it? But grammatically, it's correct. I don't
yeah,
want to say that that wasn't. That was. But we
yeah.
have better alternatives. Okay. Well, and let's keep going. Let me ask you the next question. Okay. So tell me about, so you traveled maybe to different places. And I want to ask about the best place that you travel to. And tell me the reason that why you found it a really good place to travel. And if you have a second chance, will you travel again?
Um, well, during my lifetime, I have traveled to a lot of places on my country, like in my countries, and all of the journeys that, like, all of the journeys, mm, always, mm, like all of the journeys, always, always like bring me memorable memories to remember. Mm, no, teacher, I want to make it again.
Think about it. If you need, that's really important. If you need, make some words. Just write down and try to use them. Because stress and different factors affect your answer. So
Yeah.
why not? Yes.
It's like, well, during my lifetime, I have traveled a lot of into plenty of places in my country, and all of the journeys brings memorable memories for me to like think of again after this trip or this journey finished. And I would say that uh, despite there are a lot, but like despite a lot of trips, but the most like the most impressive and memorable for me is a trip to Nha Trang. Yes, because uh, like there are a lot of activities for an sporty type like like me, and there are also um, there is also a variety of cuisine there from different culture for in the world or in different areas in my country, for me to try. So I would say that it's very worthy to like to visit once in a lifetime. And if I had a second chance to visit again this place, definitely I would do it.
Very good if you had a chance. So, first of all, you traveled in your whole life, and during life, you have traveled to different destinations. Places is good, destination is better. Okay? So, but the best travel experience you have ever had, now you can explain. Okay? So, for example, first, it's not bad to say, when did you go and why? And you said memorable. I like the word. And you can also use the word fascinating. When something is really good, so you can say it was a fascinating experience. Memorable, fascinating. Okay, then you can, yeah, you mentioned the local cuisine and a variety of food and different cuisine that you could try. And so, actually, it was, and of course, yeah, you can mention beautiful, like natural attractions. So you can talk about it. If you want to say something is beautiful, don't forget about using breathtaking. So you know that if you want to, so they're different. And when you want to say that, wow, such a great, I was really surprised there. So I'm trying to give you some adjective. So don't forget about using to be amazed. Especially
Yeah.
when you're surprised in a good way. So I was totally amazed. I was really amazed. So
Yes.
why? And then you can explain the why. For example, because of this, because of this. So actually, if you had the combination of different things, for example, when you travel to London, it's like, you have a combination of culture and history. You know what I mean? Nature, culture, history.
Yes.
So why not? You can combine them and try to use them. Okay, well, and so when an experience is really good, you can say it was really eye-opening. So it opened my eyes.
Yes.
So yeah, of
Yeah.
course, when something is eye-opening, so you know that's something new and it teaches you a lot. So if you had a chance, you would prefer to travel to your destination again. Okay, well, do you have any questions related to this part?
No.
Okay, very good. Well, and my last question. As I remember, you just told me that you only have 1 hour, right?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So we have 5 minutes. And let me ask you my next question. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay.
Okay, well, okay, let's see. Well, and let me ask you about, of course, it's too early to ask about your retirement, but have you ever thought about the life after retirement?
All right. Well, to be honest, I haven't think of this during my life because I'm so young to think of them, like to think of this. But when like but to answer these questions, I also but have I have watched a lot of films that about retirement or the relaxation they take after they go over or go through disaster in the character's life. So I also have some experience in this field, and just well when I retire in the future, I will spend more of my time with my wife and my son or daughter, and yes, my family will spend most of the part to go travel or to have a vacation together. And I would say that I will try my best at like I will try my best to get like to keep up with my hobbies in this age.
Very good. So it's like at this age, yeah, very good. So as you said, you really want to enjoy the simple pleasures of life. So family, kids, like, I don't know, reading books, so just simple pleasures. So some people would prefer to travel, but maybe you can take up new activities like I don't know, gardening, like painting. So who knows in the future? But I
Yeah.
like your answer. Why? Because the beginning was like I have no idea about it because I haven't thought about it before. That was really good. And this is but now I'm thinking. So that was really good. Actually now I'm speaking. Now for example, when I ask you, what is your favorite drink? I don't want you to make a list of your favorite drink because most of candidates say, I like tea, I like coffee, and for example, I drink, for example, orange juice. No, I don't like. It's like not about making lists. Your answer is important. The ability to make a good response if you have no idea about the answer. So I like the way that you made your answer. So you can say, Maybe take up new activities like gardening or painting or I don't know, like different, like volunteering and enjoying the simple pleasures of life. So can be really pleasing. So of
Yeah.
course, you know that life after retirement can be quite different from working life. Working life, life after retirement. So you can mention it. So life after retirement can be quite different from working life. Then you can see it depends on individuals, I don't know, character, interest, financial situation, right? So
Yes.
you can add these words to your answer. So the last one, individuals, personal interest, so it depends, and financial situation. That is really important. Okay, do you have any questions related to this part?
I think that is clear. It's very clear now, teacher.
Okay, very good. And thank you for joining the class. And of course, I will save you 30 minutes and I will hold another 30 minutes for you later. So
Oh,
don't worry about it because
teacher.
this is class time. So I definitely save it for you. So
Yes.
have a great week and
Thank
see you
you,
in the
teacher.
next session.
Have a great week.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.